Hey guys, welcome to this video. It's a completely new style video where we're doing a case study with Tiffany, one of my former clients. She went through the whole 6 weeks of the Reality Mastery program, and we want to share with you, how she started off. And as just a brief history, she had her business for 2 years, her coaching business. She runs a coaching business for women, and she's had it for, is it high performing women, right?
Yes, high
Cool.
performing
She's
women.
had it for 2 years, and within the 2 years, she's only had one five-figure month. So five figures, $10,000 and above. And after joining the Reality Mastery program in July, she had her second five-figure month. August was her third five-figure month, and now September she closed out at 15K. So she literally went from consistently making four figures a month to now consistently making five figures a month. So here's Tiffany. Thank you so much for joining this call and actually really giving value to people. And obviously, we would love to know what really worked out for you, what didn't, how we calibrated this journey together, and all of that. So I want to ask you, before joining the program, what was life like?
So, well, first, thank you for having me here. I hope anybody listening to this will gain get the value from it. So, however I can help. So before Reality Mastery Program, I was kind of in that hustle mode. Like I was really struggling to get clients in, and I really thought that I had to do like 12-hour days, consistent days and 14-hour days. So really it was just a lot of stressing. It was a ton of overworking. It was a ton of overthinking.
Hmm.
I think I thought myself in 4 or 5 different programs, which made it really just a hot mess. So it was really a
Hmm.
lot of confusion and a lot of stress before the program.
Right. And also, you're working a part-time job alongside doing the program,
Absolutely.
alongside also doing your coaching business.
Yeah, yeah,
What's that
working.
like?
Oh, that was crazy. So I mean, literally, I had no downtime. So, no downtime. Like it was just, I get up in the morning, I did my spiritual practice,
Ah,
I did a little bit of emails to my clients, and then I did my corporate job. And then from there, I go to the gym, and then it was crazy. Then I'm in bed 2, 3 o'clock in the morning because I was working from like, I don't know, 5 p.m. to like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. It was bananas.
okay.
Crazy, crazy
Hmm.
hours. So,
And what was the tipping point for you that actually helped you get out of that just like work, work, work to be and really attract that kind of effortlessly into your life? What was the
yeah.
tipping point?
Great question. So for me, it was just really becoming aware that although the goal and the plan for me was to step out of corporate America, what I realized I did is I was bringing that energy, the stressful, I was bringing that energy into my business. And it started to make me feel like I was still in corporate. I just started doing it for myself. And so really it was the same energy. I wasn't creating the life that I wanted. I was just continuing same energy level that I had already had in my life.
Gotcha.
So that the kick in the butt to ask me, what are you like? What are you doing? Like I don't like this. I don't like the job. Now I don't like my business. So
Mm,
so yeah,
gotcha.
yeah,
Gotcha. And on top of that, tell us a bit about what your service is and what you really, do with your business.
yeah. So my services is for high performing women in corporate America, executives, attorneys, things of that nature. Women who are needing assistance with managing their stress levels as
Hmm.
well as coaching through any kind of energy blocks in leadership, whether they're
Hmm.
having a hard time with managing home, their team, their clients. We kind of work through all of those energy barriers and blocks, as well as there's a health component where I help holistically balance their hormones and stress levels without medication.
So from what I remember, it's a 7 month long or 8 month long program.
Yeah, it's an 8 month long program,
Gotcha.
and they're killing it. Like they're finding more happiness with their partners, their
Uh-huh.
husbands, their wives. Um, they're finding more enjoyment with their children. Like they're not so all over the place. So that's cool.
That's awesome. So also,
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious to know that during the program, what was life like during the program as you were going through it?
So life during the program for me, really, the only thing I did, well, so here's the deal, because it's so hard to describe.
Uh-huh.
Instead of looking or projecting myself in the future, that's what I was doing. I was looking like, as soon as I hit 10K months consistently, then I'll be this. As soon as I start doing this, then I'll be that, right?
Right.
And so when I let that go and just started being the woman who had high performing clients, the
Mm-hmm.
woman who didn't burn herself out, working 12 hours every single day, once
Mm-hmm.
I just started being that woman that had boundaries, that had balance, it just crazy how things started to work. About the way that I ran my business
Mm-hmm.
changed. The only thing that changed was how I showed up for me.
Right.
So I set the boundary, no phone calls after 7 p.m. And,
Mm-hmm.
I made sure my workout was a non-negotiable. That's the only thing is I started showing up differently.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
you really set your own values, your own boundaries, and you focused on filling your cup up
Yeah.
first so that you can effectively cater to your clients and other people. I actually want to ask you about your family. I don't want this to get too personal, but at the same time, how did you see that your relationship with your family improved or any other areas of your life? How did those
Yeah.
areas of your life improve apart from business?
Drastically. So I had a relationship that ended, but it ended because it wasn't a divine alignment for me. It wasn't an
Right.
aligned relationship. And I held on to it prior to the program. I think I held on to it trying to make it fit and make it be. Right. And so I let that
Right.
go. As far as with my family, my sisters and my mom and dad, we're having weekly dinners together. We're hanging out. We were playing, board games when they come over because I've set that as a non-negotiable, like hang out, have fun with my family. It makes me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
So really everything changed. Now it's like a weekly ritual that they know be here at 6 p.m. on Saturday. And
Uh-huh.
it's cool. Yeah. And
That's
then I was
awesome.
growing. They're bringing their friends and
Uh-huh.
their friends are bringing their partners. And it's, yeah.
That's pretty cool. I remember one funny story you told me when you were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, my parents, they were completely against me doing this coaching, this like, quitting the 9 to 5 to going part-time in corporate and just
Oh,
doing
yeah.
what I love to do." And
Yeah.
then at the end of the meals, you would pick up the check. Can you tell that
Yeah.
story one more time? That was so funny.
So so my mom finally gets on Facebook and she starts to see, like, she follows everything I do.
Uh-huh.
And she started to see like I was doing these webinars and all this stuff. And so she started coming to the webinar. In the
Uh-huh.
beginning, like a year and a half, 2 years ago, she would be the only person there show up for me every week.
Uh-huh.
So um I started telling her my dream, like, Mom, I'm gonna, leave corporate and I'm gonna do, what I do full time. I'm gonna serve other women and da da da. She goes, "You gonna quit your job?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna quit my job." And so she gets my sisters together and we need to talk to her. I think she's losing her mind.
Intervention.
I think intervention. I think we really need to slow her down.
Uh-huh.
She's gonna quit that good job. She makes over $100 that job. Oh my God. So we
Mhm.
get to dinner and she says, I've really been praying and we need to really talk to you because I think something's wrong, baby. And you can tell me if you can tell me if something's wrong. And I'm looking at them like, what the hell are you talking about? Ain't nothing wrong. So she goes on and on. So I'm like, well, Mom, I'm not gonna quit. Of course, I had to justify it. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
quit cold turkey. I'm gonna go part time. I did all of that
Mhm.
jazz with her. And she said, so they're talking. This isn't a good idea. My sister shared all of her, businesses failed in 2 years, whatever, whatever. Then the check comes. Now, 70 something dollars. I was looking around and I was like, oh, no worries. I got it. I look at the bill, get my purse, I pay, and everybody's face is like,
That's awesome. I love that.
and I'm like, yeah, Mama, I actually earned more. Now, this was in July. So I
Uh-huh.
said, yeah, I actually earned more than I did in my corporate job this month. So now tell me again, what is it that you do, babe?
That is amazing. I love that. That's my favorite thing. It's also like when I did that with my business and my parents were like, "You're never gonna make it. You're never gonna make it." My dad especially. My mom was like, at first she wasn't supportive, but at the end she was like, "Oh no, you can do it. I have faith in you." My dad was like just running around like, oh, what is my son doing? You know, he can just get a
Yeah.
full-time engineering job. We were just talking about it last night, and he was like, oh, I can't believe this. And at the end, you know, it's because that month of May when I graduated college, I made nothing. That's when I had like the low time, and then it went up. And now when they see what I'm doing and how much money I'm bringing in, they're like, I'm retiring. I'm
Yeah.
retiring to your business. Right. So it's funny how people just shift like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
No, my next goal is to buy my mom a house, but I'm not telling her yet.
oh, I love that.
2020, I'll be purchasing my mother a new home.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
That
I'm
is
not gonna tell her.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So now I want to ask you, how do you're still at your corporate job right now?
Yes. Uh-huh.
After doing this program, what is life like? What is your attitude towards even your corporate job and just in general? Like, how is everything for you now that the program is over, that you've really understood the principles and you've turned into this Tiffany 2.0?
So it's funny. I'm actually a lot more enjoyment with the corporate job in terms of the people that I work with. But it isn't a vibrational fit for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I realize that now. And what I mean by I'm finding more enjoyment with the people, and I stopped looking at their needing their validation. Like, am I a good
Right.
manager? Am I, I stopped that. And in so doing that, I'm realizing I've created better relationships. So I wish I had this program when I started in my leadership in the corporate 20 years ago.
Right.
Because I realized even my executive manager and my director, they would need something like this in order to successfully lead their team,
Mm-hmm.
which they don't have, right? So that's what I mean by I found more enjoyment with the relationships. Energetically, though, it doesn't fit who I am, sitting
Right.
behind a cubicle and
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't that doesn't fit. So my last day is January 1.
Okay.
My
New Year's Day.
New Year's Day. Well, January 3rd will be the official end day.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So you're saying that as a result of establishing your boundary, understanding who it is you're becoming and who you are now, you've been able to drastically improve your relationships because you now don't need validation from other people.
Correct. Yeah.
Wow. That's
I
pretty
don't need
cool.
validation. I don't really take other people, I don't take things so like I used to. I think I used to analyze and react and I don't do any of that. And like I said, and as a result of it, I'm having a better experience with people in general. And that's
Mm-hmm.
everybody at the grocery store, the gym,
Mm-hmm.
um, office. It's everywhere I go. My experiences are different, better.
That is awesome. Wow, I love
Yeah.
to hear that.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. You'd be surprised. A lot of people feel this way as they go through the program, after they go through the program, especially in weeks 1 and 2, right? Because they really define their dreams, who it is they need to become to achieve those dreams. And a lot of people think that, it doesn't matter what I want, it's just what I do. That's the biggest thing that matters. But if you get clarity on it, once you get
Yeah.
clarity on what it is you want, what dream you want to achieve, and who it is you need to become to achieve that dream, really it's just the path just opens up for you because you're
Yeah.
able to separate out what it is that's valuable to you, what it is that isn't. And now that you describe it this way, I'm seeing a drastic change in you as well. Before you were like, in resistance of your corporate job. Now it's just like, yeah, I can keep this if I want, or I can just, I don't need this right now. It's
Yeah.
not that scarcity mindset anymore.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. And it changed really, it just I don't know. It's I guess my level of problems, the quality of my problems are better.
Right.
Which VA do I hire? You know?
Yeah, it's like when you don't have any money, it's like, oh shit, the problem is I don't have money. When you have too
Yeah.
much money, it's like, what do I do with my money?
Yeah.
Where do I invest it?
Yeah.
That's
It's just
awesome.
and
That's
my management team, my team, they noticed it. What are you doing lately? And
yeah, you're
what are
always
you up
glowing
to?
too.
Yeah, what are you up to? And I'm getting it all the time. In the program, I've also lost 15 pounds
Ooh,
for the
really?
last 90
You
days.
never
Yeah.
told me that. You never told me that.
Oh, really? Yeah.
You never told me that.
So when we went through, I think it was weeks where we're defining everything, like, who are you becoming and what your
Right.
habits or daily habits are. I think I put in there, a 2 mile walk. Yeah, a 2 mile walk every day.
Gotcha.
And I do it with my sister and my mom. That's one way we connect. We do it every day at 6:30.
Hmm.
And I started doing that. Then I joined Orange Theory, and I go to that every day. It's just a part of my routine and habit.
Uh-huh.
And then I looked up, and then clothes don't fit. And then my face is getting
Ooh.
smaller. Yeah. And then, more men are flirting with me. Not saying that they didn't flirt before,
Okay.
but I'm noticing them now.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is absolutely fantastic. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Now, I actually wanted to ask you, what would you say was the biggest takeaway for you from this program? If you could share with people that would, really help them out too.
Yeah. This takeaway, I would say, is making sure that with this program for me is I had to make sure that my energy body, meaning my words and my thoughts,
Hmm.
matched my actions. They didn't. The things that I wanted, I made separate from me, and I didn't even realize I did that. I thought it was a destination someplace I had to be. Like
Hmm.
I have to do this first to get here, right? And I realized in this program, no, you start now. You're that person today. 15 pounds heavier person. I was lighter then. I just
Hmm.
shifted my mind. And that helped me get consistent and stay consistent in action.
Gotcha.
So
So
that's really,
the actions just fell into place as you as you went to becoming. The doing and the having just fell into place all
it
on its
fell
own.
into place. Correct.
Gotcha.
I didn't struggle to grow, kind of like trees. They don't just struggle to grow, they just grow.
Right. Hmm.
And so that's what I stopped doing. I was struggling to grow, and I just stopped the struggle crap that I made up in my head and just started to be and grow,
Hmm.
you know?
But at the same time, there's still striving. There's still like comfort zone expansion, that things you don't like, but it's just a different attitude, a different mindset to it that you
Yes,
approach it. Right.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's so funny. I put into place for me non-negotiables, right?
Hmm.
Like a non-negotiable for me was you can't self-abandon, right? So when I felt like I was having one of those tough days, it's kind of like being present, like, okay, I forgot what week that is when you said, just ask yourself, where am I?
Week 3.
Week 3. So
Yeah.
I started utilizing that. What am
Uh-huh.
I doing? Nope, this is the second glass of wine. What? Okay. No. Okay, no. Stop. Okay, cool. And then that's it.
Centering your attention, right? Really getting control of the character, seeing yourself, seeing reality. That's powerful. That's awesome. Damn. I'm actually learning a lot here about the program, what really works and what doesn't. That's fantastic. Also, yeah, I want to ask you now, like, what's the next step for you? Like, where do you see yourself? Where do you envision yourself, let's say, a year from now?
Oh, wow. A year from now, I see myself as um, having a net revenue of 1 million in my business,
Hmm.
because I'm going through some major overhauls in my business and what I offer.
Hmm.
Um, Getting certified as a Kundalini yoga instructor, so having those retreats and workshops all over the world. Right now on the books, I have Bali and Egypt
Hmm.
books for a retreat. And then just really, of course, a loving relationship, whether if it's my husband or an amazing partner.
Dude, if
Um,
you focus on that, you could get to that right now. Like, you're
oh,
just not even focusing on it. And
I'm
it's like,
really not. Actually, I gave myself a break, like, okay, January, because I know it's gonna come quick.
right.
Um, and then what else? So definitely for me, I want to challenge myself to get into the best physical body shape that I've
Hmm.
ever been in my life. And it's just really a personal goal for me,
Hmm.
just to really just push myself, really.
Hmm.
And yeah, more connecting, more serving, podcasts, magazine covers. Uh,
Love that. That is absolutely fantastic. Wow. This was so super valuable. Thank you so much for signing on to do this with me. And I hope you guys found value in this. This is going to be up in my channel sometime soon. But thank you guys for watching this video. Till next time, peace.